What is up, everyone? It's your boy Isaac Medina, and on today's episode, we're going to be checking out random acts of kindness.
Firemen spotted an unconscious kitten laying lifeless on the floor of a burning house. A few moments later, the fireman puts an oxygen mask around its face while using cold water to bring the unconscious patient back to life. A Russian policeman used his patrol car to stop a speeding car, saving the lives of the pedestrians crossing the road. It is a good thing that it only took him just seconds to act. Even though some people were a little banged up, no one was injured. This woman notices an old man shuffling across the busy street when it begins to rain. She rushes towards him to give him an umbrella. What a great act of kindness. An old man is seen crossing a road with cars and becomes frightened and freezes. Another man jumps out of his car and gives the old guy a piggyback ride to safety.
There we go. That's what's up.
And here's a father returning from the military as a huge surprise gift for his family.
Oh, dude, I love that. That's awesome.
An off-duty policeman is walking by a river with his family and notices a woman screaming for help. Without thinking twice, he leaps into the river towards the struggling child. Watch as the crowd helps them get back on dry land.
Dude.
These people formed a human chain to save their dog trapped in undercurrents of a spillway drain.
That's what's up. That's dope.
Watch what happens.
Ah, there we go.
Watch
That was awesome. It takes teamwork, guys.
as this guy removes chunks of grass and dirt covering a drain on a highway.
Look at that. He cleared that and look at that go. Amazing.
There you go.
Oh, look at your
Wow.
bathtub. It's unbelievable how
That guy's
started circling.
And here's the same road a few minutes later.
There we go.
Here's a
Blue
6-year-old
collar
boy who
workers,
gave his
that's what's up.
allowance to a homeless man.
There we go. It's a good kid.
This Kenyan runner, Kenneth Kipkemoi, has some difficulties finishing a 10-kilometer race. He tries his best to cross his line, but fails every time. A few moments later, another runner, Simon Chapreau, picks him up and helps him cross the finish line and holds him up until medics can arrive. Simon's win was forfeited to help his friend, but he was later awarded $15,000 for his sportsmanlike deed.
Yep, that's what's up.
This is the tear-jerking moment when the boyfriend of a girl helps her shave her head because she suffers from alopecia, which makes your hair fall out. You can see it's tough on her. But then her boyfriend shaves his head in support of her, and she bursts into tears.
That's a good
Truly
man right there.
heartwarming.
There we go.
Some fishermen in Russia caught something other than fish. A swan trapped and tangled up in a mess of fishing line. It looked like the swan had all but given up and was resting upside down, its head lying on its stomach. Fishing line had tangled the big swan to some tree branches, and the line was wrapped around its neck several times. It takes some time to finally get the line off the bird, but the bird is so tangled up, the fisherman brings it to the shore and uses scissors to finish the job. The swan is now free and looks like it will recover, and another swan, possibly its mate, was watching the whole rescue. It sure was nice of these guys to take the time from fishing to save an animal. This child was walking along in the rain when he noticed a brick over a drain and picked it up. Underneath is a bunch of garbage. He starts to remove the junk, and the water starts to drain. Just doing a friendly deed.
There we go.
In Amsterdam, a dog playing fell into a canal and wasn't able to climb out. A woman passing by jumped into the water to save the animal.
Oh, wow. There we go. Oh, that's dope.
She looks to be having a rough time when another man jumps in to help.
There we go.
After a little bit of a struggle, the dog is finally brought back to the bank. These office workers could have just drank their hot coffee in front of the cold window washers outside on the scaffold, but that would be rude. Instead, the
Oh,
guys
that's what's
outside
up.
get a nice surprise when the office buys them a coffee.
Dude, that is awesome, guys. Like, it's cold outside, it's freezing, they're working hard. They deserve a warm cup of coffee. That's cool.
What you're witnessing is a daring attempt to rescue a 9-year-old black Labrador named Hardy that was out on a
Oh,
walk and
man.
found himself trapped in the partially frozen river. Fire and
Oh,
rescue
dear.
services were called, who crawled across the thin ice.
Good boy!
The dog is back on shore where he's dried off and happily wagging his tail, thanking his rescuers.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is so cool.
Had these kind people not been there, the worst could have happened. Here you see a guy successfully rescuing foxes that fell in a concrete storage drain.
There we go. That's what's up. Smart to get out, that's it. There we go. So,
Sometimes there's truly positive acts of kindness like these window cleaners
Oh,
disguised as
that's dope.
superheroes.
Avengers, there we go, Spider-Man.
And here you see the emotions of a little girl named Fidel from Nigeria after receiving a doll.
There we go.
Some guys notice a couple of seal pups need help and capture them. Fishing line is wrapped around the neck of the first animal.
Oh, dude.
They cut it off and the baby seal runs
That is
back to the
dope.
ocean. The second seal has plastic wrapped around its neck. When they cut it off and open the net, the seal is calm, relaxed, and not trying to bite anyone. It likes to be pet and wants to hang around with its new friends.
There we go.
Asrar Khan Usmani has saved so many animals, the people have nicknamed him the Spider-Man of Bangalore, because he climbs tall buildings and trees to help the animals. He's rescued
there we
cats,
go.
dogs, monkeys, and birds that have been trapped in difficult places.
Dang.
He also works with veterinarians and firefighters anytime an animal needs help. Asrar is a random act of kindness just waiting to happen. A woman uses a pair of kitchen tongs to snatch 4 baby ducks out of a sewer drain they had fallen into.
Oh, man. Oh. That is so cool. She's all into it.
Oh, look,
This
she
is
hears
dope,
them!
guys.
She hears them! Go back! Oh, that's like the sweetest reunion ever.
Oh,
A man from San Diego took part in a random act of kindness project and came up with the idea to take some homeless people out to breakfast. Being homeless once himself, he rounded up some hungry-looking people from the street and gathered them together at a restaurant for breakfast. No, he's not rich, and he didn't win the lottery, and is still trying to survive himself. A man in Perth, Australia,
that's
stepped
cool.
into a gap between the train wagon and the platform, and his leg was stuck. Authorities tried to free him. When this didn't work, they asked everyone inside the cars to go outside and help push the train enough so the man could get his leg out. On the second try, he was free.
That is dope. I can only imagine that train must freaking weigh tons, and it takes everyone to help somebody out like that. Wow, that's cool. That's dope.
A traffic cop runs over to help an old lady get across the road safely.
Oh, man. That is awesome.
A man with special adult
There we
needs
go.
found himself behind on his home taxes, and he had lost all the people that had helped care for him: his mother, grandmother, his father, and his brother. Neighbors learned that he had a $50,000 tax lien placed on his house, and he might end up losing his home. They started a GoFundMe page and was able to raise enough money to save his home, and at the last moment, a neighbor donated $3,000 for additional taxes. That's a lot of kindness. Eugene Yoon wanted to do a life-altering act of kindness.
That's an awesome neighbor.
He saw a video on his Facebook page about a man named Arthur who was unable to walk. Eugene knew he had to help him, but it would cost $80,000. Eugene quit his job and hiked from the California-Mexico border to Canada. People donated to his cause, and he was able to buy the robotic exoskeleton so Arthur could walk again.
That
He
is
then went
awesome.
searching for another random act of kindness project and met
Dude.
Alberto Velasquez, a seamster that lives with 24 family members under a single roof. Eugene said that for
Yeah.
years he wanted to start a clothing line, and Alberto had inspired him to finally do it. Now Alberto gets paid making shirts that Eugene sells on kinlovgra.com.
I can relate to Alberto. I've never lived with 24, but I've lived with a lot of family members in the past growing up. So I can totally relate to that. So I know how it feels to live with a lot of family members, just helping each other out, you know, just trying to get by. So I can totally relate to that.
Win-win act of kindness. In China 2017, two cars collided at an intersection. The car overturns, leaving the driver trapped inside as a man tries to pull him out. But it's
Dang,
not going
dude.
to happen. But within 20 minutes, more than 20 people rushed to help
Oh,
push the small SUV
there we
back to the
go. That's
upright
what's up.
position. Believe it or not, no one was injured in the accident. Traffic can be scary. A small dog was hit by a car that didn't stop. That's when an
No.
11-year-old boy raced out into the street facing oncoming traffic and picked up the injured dog and brought him to safety. That's a super dangerous thing for a small, young child to do. The boy was praised for his heroic actions. A man who looks inebriated was crossing a railway when he tripped and fell down with the bike. The man then starts to pick up the items on the ground. Unaware there's a train he can't see
man.
behind him, headed towards his way at full speed. Railway workers
dude.
start running towards the man, and one just barely tackles and pushes the man off the tracks as the train speeds by.
Dude, that is
In Bangladesh, a flooded
That's-
river separated a baby deer from its family, but a local teenage boy took the tiny deer in.
Dude, that is nuts, guys. I gotta watch that again. That is some serious stuff, guys.
Workers start
Wow.
running towards the man, and one
Look at
just
that.
barely.
Dude, that is so close.
He can't see behind him, headed towards his way at full speed. Railway workers start running towards the man, and one
Look how close that is. Like,
just
man.
barely tackles and pushes the man off the tracks as the train speeds by. In Bangladesh, a
Wow,
flooded
that
river
is
separated a baby deer from its
amazing.
family, but a local teenage boy took the tiny deer in his hands, raised his arms, and crossed the river. Sometimes the water was even above this brave kid's head while he skillfully crossed the river, bringing the animal to the shore. No one
Wow.
was hurt, but the man spent 9 years in prison. That's all we got for now, folks. If you liked the
Wow.
video, subscribe and turn on notifications to see more. Thanks
There we
for
go.
watching.
Dude, the videos are awesome. That was some crazy stuff there. That is awesome. That is dope, guys. All right. Well, thanks, guys. I hope you like this video. Make sure you guys share with your friends and family. Please like and subscribe. Smash that notification bell. And let's keep this channel growing so we can continue to share the positivity in this world where a lot of the times we're just watching nothing but negativity in this world. So